Hi Demi, Ezelle from the upcoming. Lovely to speak to you today, and congratulations on this fantastic little series and this little guy.
Little cough.
Aw. So, obviously, after the tragedy of losing your husband in the first series, you really step out of the shadows, and the show literally opens with you sort of owning this girl boss speech in front of all these investors. How did you feel when you got the script and saw your character, Cammie's story arc, was going to go in this season?
I was so elated and equally nervous because it was also my first day of shooting the second season was doing that scene in the full speech. But all things that were excellent for bringing in and using because, it's, Cammie's really, in some sense, a fish out of water. I mean, it's been a world she knows, but not been the one who's been front-facing, and that's very different. And the stakes were so high. And as I've been saying, is because for me, that it wasn't just about losing the company, the risk of having to win these people over. It was about not losing the last piece of Monty.
And what's it like coming back to this brilliant ensemble cast, Ali Carter, and then Billy Bob again coming back to work with him?
I mean, I was so excited because first season, just felt like an appetizer, and that I didn't really, get a chance to really fully dive in with everybody. And it's such an incredible. Where do you think you're going? Such a great cast, and that we really, truly do love being with one another. And I think that it really shows on screen, that it's not just that we're working together. We enjoy spending time outside of out of work.
So how did you feel having that kind of costume reflecting your character? I mean, this is beautiful scene with you in this gorgeous white blouse.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what's interesting is that, for me, that was a lot of fun to play with that aspect of the character. She's an extremely wealthy woman. She's somewhat sophisticated. She's traveled the world. And, having the wardrobe really reflect that. And, and also there's a great beauty in the women, the real women who really are very comfortable in their femininity. They're very comfortable wearing their jewels and are very unapologetic and truly are extremely fierce, strong, grounded, empowered women.
I think Taylor Sheridan does a really good job of that with each of the female characters in this. Do you think that's what makes it so unique? Because they're all strong in their own way.
I mean, I think, one of the things about, of what I was so excited to work with Taylor is just how incredibly nuanced and complex that he writes his female characters, that they're very dimensional. And as you just very beautifully said, all in very different ways. And, I've heard Billy say this, and it's so true, that, he really has an ability to create really unique individual voices for all of his characters, as opposed to it being just one voice. And that's very special. I mean, I feel so lucky, to be working on a show that with such incredible writing and, exciting places to go. It's also a different format for me to explore building a character.
And I think, aside from the characters, I really feel like Texas is its own kind of character in this story as well. How do you feel that reflects in the storytelling, having that as a backdrop?
I mean, I think that it's everything. It helps create the frame. It's like so that we, can paint within it, but it gives us a shape. We have anchor points, and by being able to shoot in the actual location, we don't have to. It's there for us to kind of like work with and feed off of.
Were there any kind of standout moments for you on set? Because I'm sure it was quite a lot of fun coming back with the reoccurring cast as well, but anything that stood out for you?
Because obviously for Cammie, this is because she's going through such, a devastating time of such grief. So it was super great. I don't know if what you've seen, but when I finally had an opportunity to do a scene with Ali and Andy Garcia and Billy and Stefania, it was like where it was slightly more lighthearted. The speech that's in the first episode was really, scary and juicy.
Well, I think that speech it starts where you're in the bathroom with two girls, teenage girls, basically, that sort of try and bring you down, but you don't use that as a strength to move forward. How did that feel for you, having that kind of scene before you stepped on and seeing what they gave you?
I mean, it just, again, it's just the juicy part of Taylor's writing where he's able to take something that has, some powerful truth in it, but still keep it entertaining. And, it just was like it resonated, I think, deeply. Where are you trying to go? You're really, she's trying to be like zippy. All right, sorry.
Listen, thank you so much for speaking to me. It's been such a pleasure, and it's a brilliant series.
Thank you.
And it's lovely to see your character come so far forward into it as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.